Ambassador Ayameko Edupolo is my name. I am the Director General for Honorable Felix Osaze Igbenovia Campaign Organization. As we may all know, Honorable Felix Osaze Igbenovia is an aspirant for the House of Reps Federal Constituency Ego Ipobaoka on the platform of the All Progressives Congress. The distinctive characteristic of Felix Osaze Igbenovia, amongst others, is a fact that speaks to his antecedents of consistency, antecedent of non-pretentious behavior. Osaze Igbenovia is a straightforward person. He tells you the way it is. He tells you the way he feels. And if he tells you something today, he stands by what he tells you. So within the party, he has been able to show consistency of loyalty to the ideas of the party, loyalty to members' welfare of members. He identifies with members, in the rain and dry. He's there. And so when the issue for his aspiration came up, it spread like a Harmattan fire. It spread like a wildfire, because this is somebody they know and this is somebody they can trust. And so trust is a fundamental element of character. And trust, underscores your consistency. And consistency explains the sincerity of your purpose. And so this is what SAZY embodies, and these are the things he personifies. And so talking about what set him apart, we can point to character. And when we talk about character, we are talking about antecedent of loyalty, antecedent of commitment, to members and leaders' welfare issues. For me, Honorable Felix Osaze Igbenovia is somebody that believes in God, believing in God in the sense of it that he religiously believes that with God all things are possible. And so I've seen him, you come to him, he asks you to come. He gave you a 7 o'clock appointment. You are there in his house. And as he's stepping out by 7, he's telling you he just finished praying. So he's somebody who believes in laying everything first in the hands of God. And so such a person will always have things work out for him, because number one, he has the democratic credentials, and number two, and more fundamentally, he believes that God is the ultimate driver of every political and business direction. And so that is one of the things I found out in him. Apart from being a very, very dedicated and responsive family man to his beloved wife and his children, he's somebody that believes in putting God first. If you even see the campaigns, the three flag-offs or major flag-offs we have done at this ward level, at the AGA level in Ipobaoka, and at the AGA level in Ego, go and watch the clips as he stepped into the podium with all the paparazzi, with all the effigy and all that. The first thing SAZY did was to sing praise to God. Sing a praise to God. Then he makes a prayer, after which, before he commences to say anything, regardless of the pressure or the urge to speak, he first of all believes in adoring God as his maker and as the ultimate driver of his political direction and business enterprise. So that is a character, that's a fantastic attribute. The consistency of it makes you know that if this man say a word, he will come to it. He will see it come true. So it is a test of his consistency, and he has passed those thresholds of test. He's somebody that easily connects with the Gen Z. When we say Gen Z, we are referring to the youths of this generation who are smart, who believe in smart approaches, to societal problems, who believe in smart approaches to leadership problems. If you engage the youth, as young as you think they can summarize in 2 minutes the totality of Nigerian problems, because they are wide-read, they have modern technologies at their fingertips, all the devices at their fingertips, And so they are able to connect with the rest of the globe in split seconds. So we refer to this part as the Gen Z. SAZY is able to connect with them easily because he belongs and associates deeply with that youth population, with that youth bracket. And he's somebody who is very, very fond of taking ideas, taking advice, submitting to superior firepower, submitting to superior arguments, embracing arguments and debates. People who are afraid of debates, people who are afraid of counter opinions, they can hardly prosper in public service. But you can see SAZY is a man who is amenable to advice. He's a man who is amenable to criticism. He's a man who welcomes superior ideas, who welcomes avalanche of competitive ideas. Therefrom, he drives his own guiding perspective. And so that is one of the character that makes him highly engrossed, or that makes the Gen Z or the youth engrossed to the SAZY movement, because SAZY has become a brand in terms of critical thinking. SAZY has become a brand in terms of planning for community development, not just planning, sustainable planning. When you meet SAZY at your closet, you try to talk about how certain things can be shortcutted in terms of shortcuts. SAZY will say, no, what you are talking about is good, but it's not sustainable. He will be able to advise you on a sustainable perspective. And if your own sustainable perspective is more superior to his own, he will jettison his own and embrace yours. And that's why people like us, who are grounded in political science and public administration, can easily connect and relate with SAZY. And are proud to be relating with him because he's somebody who is very amenable to advice and he embraces critical thinking. In summary, SAZY represents a brand of transformative stewardship. People brag to be leaders. Real leaders see themselves as stewards. I want this message to sink. I want this message to sink. Sink in the sense that all of us do not just hear it, but also imbibe it. Because this is what SAZY personifies. SAZY is a brand that believes in stewardship. And so it's going to be a very, very credible steward. And that will make Bobaka Federal Constituency to acclaim him as leader. Because a true leader is a servant leader. And that is what we call stewardship. So SAZY believes that a man who is ambitious to be at the service of the people, when he's given an opportunity to serve, that opportunity must translate to tangible impacts. And so for SAZY, he does not believe in hanky-panky empowerment programs. SAZY does not believe in tokenism. SAZY is not a tokenistic leader or a tokenistic aspirant. SAZY is one who believes in sustainable development, sustainable empowerment initiatives. I'll give you a classical example. If you come to market women empowerment at the level of SAZY campaign organization, we believe that it is not just about giving women pockets of money to start businesses. It is also important to sensitize these women on plausible and sustainable trades that they can trade, so that when they look at the options, they will say, okay, they key into this trade, they take the money from the investment block, they invest in it, and they are happy. It is the people that refers to you as their leader. But you see yourself as a steward, because you have been given an opportunity to serve by the people. And it is your service and impact that makes the people to refer to you, he's our leader. He's our leader. He's our leader. It doesn't sink into your head. You still continually see yourself as a steward, okay, in public service. That is the orientation that is driving our campaign. That is orientation that SAZY is baptized into. And so if you look at the messaging by this campaign directorate, it has always been about servant leadership, and that is stewardship. It is the people that will crown him and refer to him as leader, because SAZY believes in impactful stewardship. He's going to leave a record of impactful stewardship. He's going to see that he takes good advantages of his position for impactful representation, legislation, and oversight functions. He's going to ensure that the MDAs, ministry, department, and agencies of the federal government are critically engaged, and ensure that our people gets the best in terms of recruitment processes in the various military and paramilitary services. Our people are willing and interested to go into the army, go into customs, go into all of this. They are interested to go into civil service. They are interested to even join the fire brigade, but they do not have opportunity. And most times they are overexploited. They are even exploited and they do not get what they want. So we want to provide that opportunity where those our willing, able, and well-trained elements are given opportunity to serve in national service. So that is the whole essence of SAZY campaign, to ensure that fundamental and prolific representation, oversight function, and incredible lawmaking impact. I thank you for having me. May God bless you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, bless Ego, Bobaka Federal Constituency, and bless Edo State. Oba Atokbae is